Hi, my name is Stasia. Welcome to Whole Home Revival. I'm so glad you're here. Grab a cup of tea and stay a little while. Today will be another busy day in the kitchen. I'll be making Italian garlic bread, homemade spreadable butter, elderberry syrup, and fermented garlic honey. I've been making sourdough bread for a couple years now. I wish someone would have told me to start with a flatbread because it is so easy and basically can't mess this one up. I will put the recipe in the description box, but it's very simple, and I added a fresh garlic from the garden and thick French finishing salt on top. Absolutely delicious. Not sure if you caught my garlic video, but garlic is one of my very favorite crops to grow for multiple reasons. I'll link that video in the description box below. I've been using fresh garlic from our garden now. This is my third year, and if I do it right, I will have enough garlic for the entire year until we harvest again next July. For this, I'm using hard neck garlic, which I use first because it doesn't last as long in the pantry as soft neck garlic. It was my dad's birthday, and I know carrot cake is his absolute favorite cake, so I made my very first from scratch carrot cake with homemade frosting as well, and it turned out absolutely delicious. Very simple recipe. The hardest part was grating the carrots, and I had enough carrots left over to freeze for another carrot cake in the future using my super cubes. They are one of my favorite gifts I've received this year. These are awesome. They are sturdy, they're stackable. I love them to freeze for 24 hours, and then I pop them out and put them in a Ziploc bag, and then the super cubes are free to use again. I've used them for things like this, shredded carrots, broth, soups. Very helpful for storage in the freezer as well. This is one of my favorite ways to save some money at the grocery store by making our own spreadable butter. All I do is allow 2 sticks of butter to get to room temperature, add a half cup of avocado oil, a couple pinches of salt, and allow my KitchenAid mixer to do the work for me. And then I just put it in the refrigerator and allow it to set for a few hours before I use it. It is so easy to do, it's delicious, and it saves us quite a bit of money. Next up on the list is elderberry syrup. I've been making our own elderberry syrup for a couple of years now. I order my dried elderberries through Amazon, and I'll link that in the description box. The final item to do in the kitchen this day was to make fermented garlic honey. This is something I like to make a new batch of, typically every fall. It is so simple, and it has been such a lifesaver when it comes to us battling colds. All you do is peel and chop fresh garlic, and you want to make sure you're using raw honey. Completely cover the garlic with raw honey, and you allow it to burp, so you open up the jar every day for the first week or two and allow it to burp out the air, and then it'll be ready to use. We keep this in the pantry. It doesn't need to go in the refrigerator. And when I'm feeling sick, I'll take a spoonful of the honey a few times a day, and it has helped so much in the past. The elderberries are done cooking on the stovetop. It's time to drain the liquid out. I do this by putting a colander over my batter bowl from Pampered Chef. It makes it pretty easy to get the liquid out and then get the liquid out of the berries as well. I do that by pushing down on the berries with the cheesecloth. Just make sure I get every last bit out of there that I can. Elderberry syrup is something that I try to put in Giovanni's milk daily, especially in the winter time. And then if he starts to feel sick, if I'm seeing symptoms, then I will up the intake to several times a day. I freeze my recipe, so typically I do a double batch, and I'll have a fresh batch in the fridge and then freeze the other half. You want to make sure that you add the honey after the elderberry syrup is done cooking. Heating honey can definitely decrease the beneficial nutrients found in honey, so make sure to add that at the end. Every fall I like to have a batch of this elderberry syrup, the garlic fermented honey, and fire cider ready to go to help us battle sickness in the winter. I'll link my video that includes a fire cider recipe in the description box. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you subscribe to be alerted for future videos. You can also find me over on my blog at wholehomerevival.com and Instagram at wholehomerevival. Thank you so much.